going to be doing Robin today, and I know I'm skipping forward a lot because it's the second to the last song on the album, the anthology part. My reason is for a couple of things. Lots of people have asked me for it. A friend of mine said that she was having a really hard time understanding it because she said that she felt like she could take the song two ways. Someone commented on a video of mine yesterday saying that it was written about Aaron Dessner's son, whose son is named Robin, and he's autistic. So, I have an autistic child, and so I was like, oh gosh, it's gonna emotionally provoke me. I'm not sure, but what I'm gonna do is go ahead and listen to it and see if I can dissect it and understand it. I do think that it has to be a very important song if it's second to the last. I also am starting to feel as if, a lot of people have commented about the Thank You Amy song that she's saying I changed the names and any defining clues, but yet there's KIM in the title. A lot of people are saying that that's a little too on the nose for Taylor, that there has to be something deeper with it. So I'm wondering if Robin is the same. Like if it's the name of his son, like would it be that obvious? Like I'm wondering if there's like multiple meanings for all of her songs. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it right now and try to figure it out. Also, I have to ask you all to please subscribe, like and subscribe if you can. Subscribing gets me, I don't know. I actually don't know. I say that it helps me. I think it helps me to get noticed a little bit more. I have like things in the works, people contacting me, but I think that it just legitimizes me more if I have more subscribers. So I am sorry to go on like a long explanation, but please just subscribe. I think it's gonna help me in the long run. I don't know how. Hey, let's do this, Robin. Before we even begin, I'm noticing that there are like dandelions, you blow and you make a wish. I actually just did that the other day. I've been in my garden like crazy.
That's why I've got a lot of freckles.
Dandelions, being out in the sun. Yeah.
Levers slowed down, clocks tethered, all this showmanship to keep it for you in sweetness. Way to go, tiger.
Feel a little stumped, I guess is the way I would describe it. I think the beginning, Long May You Reign, it makes me think of Taylor's song Long Live. Long may you reign, you're an animal, you are bloodthirsty. Oh, window panes talking utter nonsense, you have no idea. Animal, you're bloodthirsty. I don't know. Let me just listen to it. But it feels very, it feels like there's two different themes going on and I don't know which way to go. And yeah, I'll just keep listening. Let me just go back to the beginning. I gotta listen to this again.
levers slowed down, clocks tethered, all this showmanship to keep it for you in sweetness. Way to go, tiger. Higher and higher, wilder and lighter for you.
Okay, before we go on, I'm having trouble believing that this is written about his son, and I will tell you why. And I want you all to please be gentle with me, because I'm a sensitive human being, especially over my son, and who is autistic. Okay, so even if this is written to a little kid, or written about a little kid, your animal bloodthirsty, and then about speaking utter nonsense. Yeah, little kids can just like do imaginative play, and whenever they're like learning how to talk and they don't kind of make any sense, I still don't like that. Like, I don't like a kid, especially with a disability or perceived disability, because it's really like a superpower. But I don't really like that. It's just. But I gotta keep watching to see how I feel. But when my friend said double meaning, I could see this when I hear showmanship for you. I feel like she's talking about maybe a younger self, or it makes me think of Mirrorball, and it makes me think of a circus. She's talking about herself, that she's an animal and bloodthirsty, but she doesn't maybe show who she is behind the scenes, because she wants to keep it sweet for us all, with the showmanship and the ties to levers, and about the clock makes me think of the Mastermind music video. There's also something about that higher and higher that's reminding me of another song that I know that's not Taylor's, and I can't put my finger on it right now, but I know it's gonna come to me because it's bothering me too. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'm going to try to I'm feeling like I need to listen to probably all of it in order to understand, see where I really stand on this. Oh man, that sound in the background though, that reminds me of Peace. This definitely is an Aaron Dresner song.
Just ruler, covered in mud. You look ridiculous, and you have no idea.
Oh, I gotta stop. This could be a little kid, still be playful, still keep your youth. I think it's Taylor. She's talking to the younger Taylor version, continue to yell at your dinosaurs. Old men that are running the country or running the music industry, the dinosaurs that truly just need to die off in order for the progressive whatever parts of society to move forward. I'm totally going in a different direction, but I keep thinking about her masters being sold and how much she fights for musicians to get paid for their art on Spotify and all of the different music streaming sites. And I actually heard this rapper who was talking the other day that he hasn't made any money from any of his albums because of the record company for the past 4 years. And he was asked about, I'll figure out his name later. He was asking about the Kendrick Lamar and the Drake beef, and he was like, well, what I know is I haven't made this money, and an artist like Taylor Swift is out there fighting for us so that I can actually make money. That's what I want to spend my time talking about, and the rest of this beef is just distraction and actually not important. And I was like, whoa, I did not expect to hear that. That was very, very enlightening for me. So I think that she's saying that she's the just ruler, and she has been covered in mud, and at times she has looked ridiculous to people. I've never thought she looked ridiculous. I never believed the Kanye, like the phone call thing. I was like, there has to be something missing. There wasn't any part did he mention the calling her a bitch. So anyways, I think this is about Taylor, like, to kind of, and to all of us, like, do it anyways. Like, it just, even though it's really, really hard, keep doing what you're doing.
And you have no idea, buried down deep and out of your reach, the secret we all vowed to keep it from you in sweetness. Way to go, tiger. Higher and higher, wilder and lighter.
No, I know what it is. It's just making me crazy. Crimson and Clover. It's that song. My dad listened to it all the time growing up. Let me look it up really quick. That song. Now I don't hardly know her. She's talking about herself.
But I think I could love her. Crimson and Clover.
Crimson and Clover, the Great War that was in there. She had all those references to flowers that grow in the
Great War.
But the Great War was World War I, the war that her grandfather fought in. That is what Epiphany has the sounds that Epiphany, I think, was written about. And whenever she talks about the Great War, she says all that bloodshed, crimson clover, because crimson clover, a type of plant that is actually native to Europe, it is red, the color red. And all that bloodshed, she's referencing that. So she's saying here, let me get to the part of the song that sounds like she's saying,
way to go, tiger, higher and higher.
it sounds like the chorus of the song.
Would you come walking over? Now I've been waiting to show her. Crimson and Clover.
Walking over to show her, I think, the blossoming of love, like, but also they're opposites. Like the clover is very sweet and lucky, and crimson is something that is red and represents blood. That is light. That's life. It's the light and the dark. And again, you can disagree with me completely. I support that. I could be totally off. But this is through my lens, and my personal life experience and professionally. And I believe that one of the main things we're supposed to learn in this lifetime is how to hold both darkness and light at the same time and embrace all complex things, because I believe that it is important for us all to hold complex emotions all at the same time. I think where people have so much suffering, and that I see in therapy and even for myself, is when we go into black and white type of thinking, that we put things into boxes and we don't look at like the range and the colors of it and seeing it as like all these things that can exist at the same time. Like sometimes just because like the way that you feel about a situation or about a person, you can love them to death, but also be irritated by them and also wish that they would go away, but then cherishing times that you were together. I don't know. That's just an example, but let's listen to the chorus. I haven't gotten into it.
I was like, higher and higher.
it's connected to this song, and his last name is James. I feel like I'm gonna get ripped apart for this reaction because it's kind of all over the place, and I think I'm truly just following my gut feeling, knowing Taylor, loving her music, and the way that I see it. It's also giving me Seven vibes, higher and higher. She's on that swing, and she's talking about being a little girl, and there's so much complexities within that song about childhood and wanting to stay innocent, but yet I've been meaning to tell you, I think your house is haunted. Your dad's always mad, and I guess that's why. It's like trying to understand something from like a child's brain. Okay.
For you, you got the dragonflies above your bed. You have a favorite spot on the swing set. You have no room in your dreams for regrets. No idea the time will arrive for the cruel and the mean. You learn to bounce back just like your trampoline, but now we'll curtail your curiosity. It's sweetness. Way to go, tiger.
Think about that, like the dragon. She's just speaking as if she's a kid, and maybe going into the world. Like I feel as if this is parents who are wanting to shield their child, and in sweetness, but sometimes shielding them from how cruel the world can be is not always what's best, because it doesn't prepare them when they get out in there, and you can be shell-shocked and you can be traumatized by how cruel the world actually is and how mean people actually can be. So I feel like she's talking to her younger self, or any of us, that it's like, you're gonna be able to bounce back, like, but you don't know how hard it might be. And I think she's saying, like, way to go, tiger, like, because you're gonna keep going higher and higher and jump higher and higher and higher when you didn't expect it, because that's what she's done essentially with the Eras tour and everything she's accomplished.
Higher and higher, wilder and lighter for you.
I mean, she could be meaning herself. She could be meaning for us. But it also can be for the mean people out there that you keep pushing and trying to run away from. And there is, if you look at this song and the lyrics from like, let's say, Kanye or something, it is condescending. It can be taken as condescending. So, long may you reign, you're an animal, you're bloodthirsty, saying that she's a horrible, wretched person, utter nonsense, you have no idea. Way to go, tiger can be an insult, but also a really encouraging statement. It's very childlike. So sometimes I feel like Taylor hides a story behind the way that it sounds. Like that one song I broke down to really bad. What was it? Forever Winter. It's like upbeat, sounding happy, and then whenever I understood what it was really about, it was like a gunshot to my chest. So that's why I don't want to take it just from how it sounds, but just somebody saying like, you're covered in mud, you looked ridiculous, and you have no idea. I can't imagine this. I understand the childlike nature to it if you were talking about it like looking at a kid. But if you're going to say an autistic child, I think that like covered in mud, you look ridiculous, and also talking utter nonsense. I don't know. That doesn't feel good to me. But when she says buried deep down and out of your reach, the secret we all vowed to keep from you, I think that it's like how bad and how hard it actually can really be. Like I think they saw this wonderful talent in Taylor, her parents did, and they just fostered it and they believed in her. But I really do think that it's spoken to herself. It could be really negative. It could be somebody speaking really condescending to her, speaking to her as if she is a child, treating her as if she is a child, like she doesn't know what she's doing, that she's speaking total nonsense, that she looks ridiculous, that she's just like yelling at dinosaurs. So yelling at something that doesn't actually exist. It's really complex. I'm not sure. I feel like when I hear every song off the album, I will know, and I want to go back through. Okay, let me know what you all think. I feel like this is going to raise a lot of eyebrows. Okay, take